Viv is French.
Welcome back to Summit Sunrise here on TV8 Summit. I'm Ashley and I'm joined by Andy from VIVE Float Studio in Frisco. It's brand new. I'm really excited to learn about this float studio that you have.
Thanks, thank you. We're excited to be here.
Awesome. Let's just talk about the basics. What is float therapy?
Float therapy is 10 to 11 inches of water with 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt. And you are literally gravity free, and you're also sensory free. And that's a little bit more optional, but that is probably one of the larger components is sensory free. But it's a very passive form of wellness, so we're not asking you to do anything other than literally lay there. So it's a pretty amazing form of wellness, total wellness. It has the opportunity to help you both mentally and physically simultaneously, which often therapies kind of focus on one or the other.
Right.
And this gives you the opportunity to do both. So it's pretty powerful in a way that says, I get to just lay back and do nothing. And in today's times, we don't do that very often.
We don't do that very often at all, and so it sort of sounds like a little bit of meditation to me.
Yes.
But you're not being asked to do anything except lay there, and it's the salt that provides this sort of gravity-free.
Correct. It's a very dense water environment, so literally you float, you do nothing. What I think is probably most exciting is the meditation aspect to it. You don't even need to learn how to meditate. You literally lay there and naturally you reach the theta stage, which is the meditative state. And that usually can reach in 20 to 30 minutes of a 1-hour session. They are a 75-minute session, but a 60-minute float.
Okay, cool.
So you're actually floating 60 minutes, but you reach that meditative state very naturally without trying to learn any kind of skill set.
Cool. So I imagine it's sort of a warm environment, and you say it's sensory-free.
Yes.
If you want it to be. So what does that entail?
So the sensory-free environment, obviously there's no touch to the skin. Our water and our air are 93.5, which is skin temperature. So you don't know where the air and the water starts and stops, so there's no touch or sensation. There's no smells, there's no light, there's no noise. Now, obviously, that overwhelms some people. So we have the opportunity to leave lights on. You can actually pick the color that you choose that kind of fits your spirit, that kind of calms you if you desire, and you can also play music if you desire. I play music for the first 10 minutes or so, and then I let it fade out. Others like to have music the whole time. But generally speaking, our long-term vision for everyone would be to reach that sensory-free environment with no light and no sound. Which can scare some people, but I think over time you kind of get used to it and you ache for it. And I think we kind of need it. I think we're sensory overload with social media and all of that.
Cell phones, constant computers and screens, and even just going to a bar or restaurant, there's screens everywhere. It sounds like a really relaxing experience.
It is. I think it is. Hence why I'm here.
Right. And I called it a spa earlier, but it's not technically a spa. It's a medical center?
That is correct.
Cool.
There are years and years and years of studies that support the benefits of float therapy. And it actually started here in the United States in the late 50s by a Dr. John Lilly. And he really began to take a look at sensory-free, gravity-free environment and the power and impact it has on our wellness. And then it sort of blossomed everywhere around the world, and just in the last probably 4 to 5 years, and maybe more so in the last 2 years, it has blossomed. But there are many medical studies that support the benefits of float therapy, both mentally and physically.
Awesome. And you're the only kind of studio of this type here in Summit County?
I am the only one so far, and of course, I guess everyone loves competition in a healthy way. I would love to see another one somewhere in the area, but right now we are the one here in Summit County. We chose Summit County very intentionally, and we're also the only ones with float rooms in Colorado.
Cool.
And technically, I think we might be the highest float center in the world. I'm a little too lazy to check officially, but I'm pretty confident we are the highest float studio in the world.
Awesome. It sounds like a really great experience. And tell me where you're located.
Yeah, so we are at 720 Summit Boulevard. We are across from Carlos Miguel's. We're next to Advanced Dermatology and also Access Sports. And so that's technically 720 Summit Boulevard and Suite 101 again.
Perfect.
So,
That's a really great location.
Frisco.
Very central, just right off Summit Boulevard in Frisco. And where can people go for more information if they just want to learn a little bit more? Maybe they're not quite sure yet. You guys have a website?
We have a website. We are at VIVE, V-I-V-E, floatstudio.com. We also would love to hear if you feel like calling and chatting. We're very old school. We'd love to keep you off the computer if we could, but obviously we realize that's not going to happen. So if you want to go to the website, feel free, but you can also call us as well.
Cool. What's your phone number at VIVE?
Yes, it is 970-668-0136.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, Andy, thank you so much. I'm really excited for this new experience that you brought to Summit County.
Thank you. I'm excited as well.
Awesome. Well, happy holidays to you.
Thanks. You too.
Stay tuned for more Summit Sunrise, folks. We will be back with our Watch and Win question later in the show for your chance to win $25 to Mother Loaded Tavern in Breckenridge.